Too much internet.
And welcome to another episode of the TMI
TMI
podcast.
podcast.
Why is everyone?
back.
Why are you all saying?
Back. We're back.
Why are we all?
But here we are.
Why are we all saying this at the same time? I did not.
You're welcome.
We're starting it over again.
What do you mean?
I don't get what's no. I didn't agree to this. I didn't think we were all gonna do it together.
I didn't say it. I just mouthed it. I felt like mouthing it.
Nah, you mouthed it, and then you were like, "My gas." I was like, "Nah."
I did not.
I guess fine. All right. Yes. Welcome to the episode of the TMI podcast. We were gone for a week. We had to change things ourselves. We had to look into our inner selves and decide on what's right and what's wrong. And I got super emotional, and I didn't think that you guys loved me, and I'm sorry. I want to apologize to everybody in front of everybody at the podcast.
We've been going through it. It's been a hard 2 weeks.
We're chill, whatever. I literally like texted him, and I was like, "So y'all want to record tomorrow?" Just like that's just me, like kind of brushing it under the rug. I'm like, oh,
this is one of the things we'll brush under the rug and not talk about.
There's a quarantine.
He was like, let's forget about what was said the other day and just.
Yeah, well, is there a quarantine going on? That's crazy.
Meanwhile, I'm still holding on to it. I'm just like, remember you said this, Eddin?
That's fine. There's iMessage conversations for a reason, everybody. You could have done a phone call. No. We let everything out on iMessage. Or we could have done Zoom.
We're real people.
We could have done Zoom too. Or we could have done like DMs.
We're real friends.
I don't remember the last time I've argued on a DM. Have you guys ever argued in a Facebook post?
No, I'm not.
Like a keyboard warrior? Have I done
Keyboard warrior? I did not know that was a phrase.
Yeah, it's a keyboard warrior. Facebook keyboard warrior, because all they do is fight through the internet and never like when actually
face.
Yeah, when actually has any value. So he's gonna hide behind the camera, behind it.
Wait, so does that mean you guys have you fought on the internet? Like, have you guys like?
I've witnessed people fight on the internet, constant back and forth, and I indulge in it, and I'll like read it, and I'll make my own ideas and I'll form my own thoughts on it, and I'll be upset over something, and I just let it go.
You'll be like, "Wow, that's crazy."
Yeah, and I just let it go because I'm like, why am I freaked? Why am I stressing out over this? Like, and I just like let it go because there's no need. Like, cause like you're arguing with someone who's not gonna change their mind, and that the goal is to just incite anger, frustration, and just get people mad, and then just like leave, and then just leave people riled up for nothing. Like, there's no actual conversation going on. It's just like someone coming in to troll. That's a troll.
Was this like a message board for hair care products? Like, this one gives you more bounce. This one has better curls.
You're cute. No. It's about injustice.
Because you know who lost the argument in that discussion? The moisture in your hair. We're bringing the joke back.
This right here. Yo,
that's funny.
That ass. That's nice.
Oh, he froze.
Wait, what did he just say?
I was like, did you say something?
You hurt me last night.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember.
I heard.
I'm not gonna say it again. Like, you heard.
I hurt Hector's feelings, but I'll explain to you guys first. I hurt my own feelings. That's what I gotta talk about. So before this episode started, and I wanted to start on a light note before we get into other things. Before this episode started, I told these guys, hey, so there's something I got to talk about that I got to admit that I'm not going to be proud about, but it's something that definitely happened to me, but I got to be real about it. All right. So let's start with it real quick, because it leads to your discussion. All right. So do you guys know what offerup.com is?
I've heard of it. Like
what do you know about
eBay or something?
Is it like eBay?
I don't know. It's like, it's like Facebook Marketplace, like a site where people can just push it that they don't want, and then you can offer it up, and someone can pay what they want to pay for it. And
right.
You guys
so it's like
do the exchange.
Items, like you could buy, like use like shirts, use like computers, use AirPods, use
dildos.
So I was like, I'm trying to, I was like, let me try to get a Switch, right? I was like, fuck it. Like, I made a little extra
Why?
money. I was like, all right, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know you guys are. I know what you're thinking is not what's gonna. It's not what you think it is. Okay, it's not what you think it is. Okay, so I was like, let me go to OfferUp. All right, this is weird. This is new, right? I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I saw a couple of switches. I'm like, some people were selling for 100. I'm like, oh, that's broken. So there was like, people were selling for like broken parts. I was like, I was like, oh, okay. Let me, $250. Okay, that's like $550 in the retail. Not good enough. And I'd see something like 180, and it was like in New York, or in like Albany, New York, and I'm like, ooh. And then they could ship it for you and be like $10 extra for shipping used. I saw one. It was like, you get the whole switch, right? It's the gray one. Version 2. Hector, what does version 2 mean? Let your inner nerd out. What does version 2 mean, and consider it to version 1 of the switches?
It's the updated version of the Switch that has better battery
Hector
life.
really nailed it on the head there. One has better battery life.
Is that the pretty much it?
So I was like, ooh, it's version 2, and they're like, oh, 180. I'm like, ooh, 180, and they're like, oh, you got 5 games. So I'm like, ooh, 5 games? So I was like, you gotta go in. I was like, yo, what are the 5 games? Right? So in like Legend of Zelda, Mario Party, Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing, the other Legend of Zelda. I don't know if I said 5 already. Whatever.
Animal Crossing, Smash, Mario Party.
Oh, and Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Oh.
Right? So I was like, damn, all for 180. And they're like, yeah, damn for all 180. I'm like, wait, why'd you repeat what I said? Anyways, I was like, cool. So now this is the thing. OfferUp, right, lets you put your credit card in, or whatever, debit card, credit card, and then you go and you put it in. You're like, oh, I'm interested in this offer. I want it shipped to me. And then they process it through OfferUp and whatever. My man goes, oh, can you do Cash App? I'm like, nah, I don't want to do Cash App, right? So they're like, what about PayPal? I'm like, nah, I don't want to do PayPal. Like, I wanted to do through the app. I didn't want to get scammed, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm going to stop this, right? So I stopped it. I was like, all right, I'm not trying to get scammed. So I'm like, let me go try to find another person, right? So I go try to find another person. They're like, $225. 1 game, Legend of Zelda, right? Nintendo Switch, barely used, got pictures. I was like, all right, bet. I hit them up. I'm like, yo, I know you only got Legend of Zelda, but can you lower the price without Legend of Zelda? They're like, nah. I'm like, can you lower the price anyways? They're like, all right, fine, right? So they lowered it like $20. And I was like, all right, bet. And then I sent them the request. They're like, yeah, I could do OfferUp. I'm like, cool, that's what I wanted, OfferUp, right? And then I do OfferUp. He's like, it's weird. It's not working. I'm like, that's fine. He's like, yo, can I text you real quick? I'm like, all right, sure. Text me, right? Right? And so they text me, and they're like, yeah, it's weird. But I can do PayPal, like, and we'll do business. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, I mean, like, I'll send you half, and then, like, you can send me the other half. And then, like, you send me the Switch, and I'll send the other half, right? Oh no, I was like, no, I'll send you $50, and then whatever.
50. Yeah.
And then they're like, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. And I'm like, I know that is also kind of crazy, but I also don't want $50. And so they're like, nah, you know what? I'll give you a call because you'll know I'm real. I'm like, you right. They call me. I'm like, hey, what's up? And they're like, hey, what's up? They're like, yeah, I know it's kind of weird. I'm like, yeah, no doubt. They're like, yo, so you like trying to get the Switch? I'm like, I am. There's just been a lot of weird scamming people. Like, people will go and put up a fake white person, right? Call them Tammy, and be like, this is for son. He leave for college, like all broken English. It'll be like Nigerian peeps, Indian peeps. It'll be probably Spanish peeps too, like just mad random people who just trying to scam. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I just want to make sure you're real. He's like, yeah, cool. So he's like, all right, cool. Here's the tracking number. Like when I can send it, like it's already this label. I just once I send it in, it'll be fine. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm like, what's your Cash App? So he sends me his Cash App. So I'm like, all right, cool. Cash App him $50, right? I'm like, bet. He's like, cool, I'm gonna send it in the morning, right? It was like 7:00. He's like, but post office is closed. I'm like, all right, bet. Morning comes out. I'm like, yo, man, I'll read you the thing actually, right? I was like, yo, man.
No.
I was like, yo, man, what's up? Yo. hey, trying to get the Switch? Hold on one sec. Hold on. Wait, where is it? Wait. He's like, hey man, just got up. Don't send me the other half yet. I don't know how comfortable I am letting you pay right now when I just shipped AirPods about 3 days ago, and I just got to the person and they didn't say anything. I'm like, if that's the case, then let me just get a refund. I'm not trying to scam you. That's why I'm trying to do things on WeOffer. He said, yeah, I can still ship it out. I mean, I would just need the other payment. I'm just gonna send the tracking number. I'm like, nah, let me just get my refund. He said, just send me the payment after I send the check. I'm like, nah, just give me the tracking. Let me get the refund. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me get it now. He's like, trying to send. I said, hello, nothing. I lost $50 on a scam.
You dumb.
I am dumb. I am dumb. I felt dumb. I fucked up.
Why are you doing this?
I thought I could trust my fellow human beings.
No.
Not.
Down. I was
the internet doesn't have human beings.
Don't trust anyone.
I can't trust nobody. So
the internet doesn't hold human beings. It holds trolls and scammers.
Absolutely. He just got his $50. So I'm like, damn, I have a voice to the fit. Like, it was just funny. This is where I fucked up. So the picture of the dude was white, but the voice sounded like more of a black dude, and I'm just like, huh. He has a weird southern accent. I don't know.
A weird southern accent.
I didn't know it was gonna be like two different people. I was like, huh. And they were just talking to me kind of normal. I was like, all right, this is the most normal talking I've gotten. I'm like, all right, bet.
It seemed legit, man.
Scammed me out $50. Got me really good. Because all the other ones were like people who like put their numbers on their profile and they're like, oh, just text me and shipping only Cash App. And it's just the reason why people do Cash App, just like Zelle or Venmo, is because they don't have buyer protection. So buyer protection is that when you have something like that and then they don't fulfill it, you could claim it as fraud, and then you get your money back almost instantly, and then they're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But Cash App and all that, there's only family, friends type of shit. So like when you're sending money there, that means you're sending them money for good because you trust them. It's like if you do friends and family for PayPal, it's the same thing. You're sending your money for good, but they don't take out a piece of the money because they know that you're just giving it to somebody you know. So they fucked me. They fucked me hard. And man, but I'd rather get fucked for $50 and learn my lesson than have done it for like $400 or $500. Like the crazy part is that I'm sure like Hector got a Switch recently, right? Again, his friend code will be in the description of the episode. He got a Switch, right? And then shout out to Camilla who helped him hook it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hector, how much did you pay for your Switch?
Shout out. About I don't remember. I should have looked it up. It was like $320. Like
$320, which is normal retail price of a Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people are upscaling them to like $400, $500, $350, like crazy amounts, because everyone and their mother wants a Switch right now, and they're all sold out. So I can imagine someone seeing like a $200 price tag, falling for the Cash App, and then they're out $200, and they're just trying to get it. Like there'll be ones that'll be like, my son doesn't want it anymore, but you could text me. I don't use it anymore. I went off to college. Just shit like that. I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna fall for those dumbass scams.
Here you are.
Look at me now.
Here you are.
$50.
Are you humbled?
I don't think I wasn't humble about it, but I was like, I did think I was a little smarter than I was. And I was like, damn, like I should have not done that. So instead of me just trying to get a cheap thing, like now I'm more like, yo, I should just spend that regular ass money for that.
Yeah, it's probably the retail price.
Instead of trying to fucking buy a cheapo one. Which makes me say also, this is why I could trust eBay also a little more, because eBay, like it's all direct through eBay. You can't do it outside. But if they try to contact you, like you get fucked. So that's my story. That was me getting scammed. Have y'all ever gotten scammed out at all? Ever?
No, because I'm smart.
I know Hector has a good story. I know Hector got scammed out of money.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh, I guess.
Do you know? No, wait. Wait. You're probably not talking about. You're probably not thinking about the same thing I'm thinking about. But now I'm curious to what you're thinking about.
Hector,
no, like the only time I think this is, I guess I was scammed in a sense, was the Amway thing. But like
Oh yeah, that's
Nah. Remember the homeless guy that you saw, and then you gave him.
Oh, but that's just me being gullible.
That was me being gullible too. I fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. You
I
know,
made a mistake.
I was just being generous. You know, I like in the back of my mind, the front of my mind, like I was really aware of it. Like this dude's probably trying to scam me, and he's gonna scam me. But fuck it, I don't care. I'm gonna give him the 20. It's fine.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
It was whatever.
Give him the 50.
Nah, 50 is too much. I was like, a 20 is that, you know?
Imagine if it was 100.
Nah.
That
when he asked me for half, I was like, nah, half sounds crazy.
Nah.
And you know what I did? You know. First of all, this is the first rule of hand for whenever you want to send anyone for the first time money digitally, whether it's Zelle, Cash App, or Venmo. You send $1 first. You send them $1 to test it out and make sure they get it. So my man didn't get 50. He got $51. He's eating.
Wow.
You gave him the $1.
$51.
He got $51. And I was like,
nah, I would have hit him with that 49 after that one. Be like, nope.
Nah, because then I was
exactly
like,
50.
Because you know how you got me? Because I was like, oh, he don't trust me. Damn, I feel bad now. He should trust me. Like, I got it. And that's how he got me. I was like, oh, he should just trust me because like I'm gonna be real and honest. Like he like switched the
okay.
And I was like, fuck. Then he got me and fucked me for $50. I was like, fuck. And then so then after that, right? I was
There's more to this?
I was like, I want to be the Batman of OfferUp. Right? So I made a thing called Text Now. If you guys don't know what Text Now is, ladies, prepare yourself. Text Now is where you could get a fake phone number and you could use it as long as you're on Wi-Fi. You could text and call anybody you want with a fake number. Anybody. It comes out as a green bubble. So for all my Android users, shout out to y'all. But
gross.
Call anybody. So what I did is that I there's this thing where people like get like just bait scammers, waste their time and everything. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have fun doing that for a little bit. For an hour, I definitely did that. So I would like bait them, I would get them. I'm like, oh, what's good? And then I would just send them like pictures of dicks, and then like just like send them weird ass links or like porn links and stuff.
Were you that bored?
Huh?
Were you that bored?
Absolutely. I had to do that.
Oh.
I lost $50. I need to rebuild myself after that. I am the offer of night.
You needed a vengeance.
They would try so hard. They're like, oh, but you don't have Cash App? I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely have Cash App. Oh, dick pic. Like I would, that's what my plan was. So I was like, let me take this a step further. Let me fuck with one of my own friends. Right? So I was like, yo, Hector, like I haven't bothered Hector in a minute. I'm like looking at the list, right? I have a big ass list, and this is literally how the list goes. It goes Hector, Karina, Hector, Hector, Karina, Hector, Karina. We haven't gone past that third Hector, so I was like, yo, we're bothering Hector today, right? So I get Hector's number, and you read this.
Stop.
No, I won't read it entirely. It's not even a
read it.
I said, hey, Hector, it's Ann from Stumble. Heart. What's up? Sorry, so random, I know, right? So Hector texts in our group chat. Hold on, let me see where the group chat is. Wait, let's see. He was
like, yo, do you know an Ann from Stumble?
Yeah, it's sort of like that.
And it was like, nobody from with the name Ann works at Stumble.
I was milking it. I was like, yo, I lost $50. He's gonna lose heart. I was like, huh? No one at Stumble named Ann. Laughed my ass off. He's like, you hoe, some chick trying to get dick, right? He screenshots it, and I'm like, ooh, find out. Maybe it's some chick milking it. He goes, I don't know. I'm low key not gonna respond. I'm like, just say Ann who? Sorry for just making sure. Right? Milking it. All right. He goes, hey Ann, I'm sorry. I don't have this number saved. So I met you at Stumble In. So humble, by the way. So humble. Because Hector's not that type.
What did you mean?
I was like, I gotta make sure I don't text any way that I normally text. Right? I'm like, it's totally cool. I def hit you up at random though, crying emoji. And crying laughing emoji. I never use that emoji. I go, yeah. You told me about, spelled it with no O and U, your podcast, and that you do sound and stuff. Wanted to check up. I'm sorry I didn't text earlier. Right? Hector goes, he texts the group chat. He goes, I apparently must have told this girl when I was drunk that I was a part of the podcast, and that I recorded sound. Karina, who had nothing to do with this, goes, remember when getting drunk was a thing? Good times. It's like set gas to the fire without even knowing. I'm like, yes, $6 is worth it. Like, knowing I got some entertainment value with just dropping money, I'm like, fine, fuck it. I'm letting everyone into the fire. He goes, laugh my ass out. Such a wonderful time, right? He doesn't text, right? So I was like, fuck, like I gotta milk it. And it was only like a minute. I go, you don't remember me? Okay, big caps, period. Right?
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of.
I was like, you can be aggressive as fuck.
I'm supposed to remember you and shit.
Then, yes, you are.
And then Hector goes, son, she said you don't remember me, in quotes.
Like, who says that, yo? Right? I'm assuming that this person, I met them like last year at some point. It wasn't like this year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how you expect me to remember you on a drunken night when so long ago we never like followed up after that? So I was like, you bold for that.
You're like, wow, they really. Well, I mean, but you were kind of excited because you were like, damn, they texted me during quarantine in June.
I was like, they must be bored.
Yo, OD. So you know what I say? I'm a New Yorker. You know what I said. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Right? He doesn't reply back to our group chat, but then I reply on the text and I go, Hector-san, I forgive you. Which Hector-san, is that correct? Like in anime, you say Chan and San, but Chan is girl and San is boy? In anime, they refer each other to the first name and they say Chan or San, or I guess Japanese. Is that correct?
I think San is like more brotherly, and then for males would be Kun.
Kun.
Oh,
Kun.
Yeah. Kun.
Okay.
Weave alert.
Regardless, he's not good enough of a weeb because he read Hector-san. He was like, ooh, I know some of these words. He goes, I'm sorry, comma. Unfortunately, I don't, comma. I honestly have shitty memory, comma. Mixed with alcohol. His punctuation was on top to get this girl right. I'm better with faces most times. I thought about at this point, maybe I should just find a random ass bitch and send a picture of her to Hector. And then I was like, nah, that's too much. So I backed out of it.
I didn't expect her to like say anything like that, like give me an IG or anything like that.
So he almost committed seppuku, knowing that he like fucked up with this girl, right? So I go, just tell me, how was the protest today? He goes, whoa, laugh my ass off. I said, what? He said, how do you know I was out today? I wasn't protesting though. I went out with my sister and my cousin and helped clean up for them. I was like, I saw you, dummy. That's what I texted you. Milking it. I said, how am I going to miss those dry curls? See, I listened.
I should have known.
I thought you would have known.
I should have known what he said, dry curls.
That it was in a girl.
Like, wait, was I joking with this girl over my dry curls? Like, because I'm not gonna like fun of. Like I do have dry curls. It's whatever.
I feel like I was just trying to make it seem like they listened to the podcast and then like, because I feel like you've like gone along with the joke for the sake of the joke before, like for the discussion of it, because you know it's not like a real thing that we do. But it's like for the sake of the joke, it's like, okay, like dry curls. You don't even have dry curls. Are they dry? Would you consider those dry?
Look at it.
I mean, I guess.
Right now it's coming.
I wouldn't know what that would really look like. So he goes, laugh my ass off, my dry curls. 3 emoji crying laughing faces. You saw me out there. You saw me on social media. And then I just proceeded to send him a picture of that naked black dude that had that big ass dick with that link that people were sending around. And then he said, Womp, who are you? And then I said, I'm you.
Yo, when I wrote that, like, who are you? And I look at the picture, I'm like, this is fucking Eddin. This is Eddin. That's how I wrote to the group chat.
Right when you saw that, and then what did I say? He said,
I said like fuck you or something. I don't know.
Fuck, where is it? He said, it's you, huh? And then I sent that same picture to the group chat. So for free, I got to indulge torturing my friend. Because I knew if I tried doing that to Karina, I couldn't have thought of a good scenario. I couldn't have.
There's no way.
You know that Karina would fall for it at all, right?
Like, oh, collect your free Sephora, the new Lady Gaga collab, early birthday presents due to COVID-19. Like, I don't know. I would have just made something up like that and then put a fake link, and then the link would just been like a penis or something. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe that would have been good, but that's not funny enough. Like, I was like, I need to mentally torture Hector and say that it's a girl he did. Because it's like, Hector wouldn't be like that fucked up to be like that fucked up personally and then that fucked up drunk that he wouldn't remember who that person is or not say their number or something like that. Like, he would know. So that's just like, that would have been, I knew that was like a little crazy for you. Like, whoa, I forgot who this person was. I'm a piece of shit. And I was like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Like, I was just, I was like, yeah, what a motherfucking dumbass. He spent $50 too. And I was like, wait, no, that's me. like, I had to fulfill some sort of the fact that I wasted $50 trying to get a Nintendo Switch for cheap. How sad is that? Think of like how many times you wasted $50 and now multiply it by 20, and that's the shame I went through of trying to get this.
Damn.
So I was like, yo, I need to bring Hector down with me.
That shit broke my heart.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to break your heart. I just wanted to.
I was like, oh my God. I was so excited. I was legit so excited to like have someone talk to me on like that they're interested in me. Like, who is this person like that? You know, like.
You know what I'm going to do? I wonder if Fridge still listens to our TMI podcast episodes. And what I'm going to do right now is use this same number and just text Fridge, suck my dick. And I'm just very curious to what he says. And then if something comes up during the episode, I'll say it. Hold on. Nah, actually, what would be...
But he's like, I bet.
In a perfect world, he'll say, I bet. Now, what should we text him? Let's see. All right, here's okay. We have the number.
I don't even know.
I couldn't like when I figured this thing out of getting this fake number. I was like, yo, like I couldn't believe that was a thing I could get so easily. Like if I was like a legit stalker, this would be the best way.
Anyone can do it. You know, when we were trying to like set up the YouTube account, like that, when I was looking for like, cause we were having problems like registering and shit and verifying it.
Right.
Like that was one of the methods that I was trying to like figure out, and I was
using a fake number,
using text app to like do that. But
I think I did that too. Yeah, like you could choose. You could do it, but like there's a way you could do it where which we didn't do that. YouTube, just saying we didn't do it. There's a way to do it where you could just choose a number to receive a message. Like all it does is receive a message, because you know when you let's say if you got blocked on Uber, but then you don't have another number, you just use that fake number and then you activate your Uber account.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like that's how you finesse it. Karina's like, I'm gonna get 20 Uber accounts, and so that's like just how you finesse it. All right, cool. Got the number. All right, what do I say? Hey, yo, Fridge.
So my dick.
Is that it?
I don't know what he would respond to. Like, maybe something. Chopped cheese. Something about chopped cheese ain't that good.
Five, like chopped cheese isn't that good.
No,
just put. Hey, remember me from Gin Mill?
Damn. Which is also the text Karina sent. JK. All right. Hey, remember me from Ginville. All right. We'll find out if he says anything. Anyways, he probably won't respond. Like, who is going to respond to a green bubble? Am I right?
Nobody.
Okay. So,
me?
This is...
Awesome dickheads.
Well, that's crazy. I can send you pictures, emojis, everything.
That's what's scary. It's like anyone can legit to stalk you and not stalk you, but like they can make a fake number and just talk to you like that.
And you could call
as long as
you could call them, like, totally fine. Like,
that's pretty scary.
Like the 200 times I called that guy because I was upset, and I was like, "You better give me my fucking money back."
Did you really?
Yes. He didn't pick up.
He knew it was you. He knew it was you.
Absolutely knew it was me. Like, I like tried sending him like mad dick pics. I was just upset. I was like, I need to vent it out. Like,
you upset so you send dick pics?
I had to figure it out. I was like, yo, I need to do something to make his life hell. But at the end of the day, with my $50, his life is pretty good right now. He's like, I got $50 whole for no reason because this guy's dumb. So I deserve that.
You could have spammed him.
I guess. I was trying to look for, you guys know what text bombs are? Text bombs are when you get a number and then you just have an automated machine just blast them with fucking text. Like blast. Like 1,000 messages all in one time. So you just get mad notifications.
Love it.
I couldn't find one. Oh, look. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Maybe, my bad. I don't have your number saved. How far do you go? Damn, frigid.
Damn, baby.
Yeah, I thought what we had was special.
No, for real. Fuck. I'm only gonna let this go through 4 messages until I say something like that. And hopefully, Fridge listens to the episode because we haven't talked to Fridge in forever. Fridge was like, Fridge hit me up the other day. He was like, yo, like, I got a podcast question. I'm like, cool, just send me a voicemail real quick. I'm kind of busy with work. Never sent me a Never. Okay. We should get into a more serious note, right? Because we were talking about this before the podcast started, that we have a responsibility in this podcast to talk about things that are going on right now. With everything with George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, police brutality, all these protests, the curfews we got going on. There's just a lot of stuff to talk about, and I guess we, in our best ability, are going to discuss it. But to kind of talk about what more so just happened recently, and I'm going to pull up an article from the New York Times, or is it The Cut? Give me 1 second. And I definitely just had this article and lost it. There was a black man by the name of George Floyd, who was 46. And apparently he had a whole situation with the police, which led him to eventually getting arrested, but not only arrested, but also murdered. So what essentially happened is that they, officer. Oh, there you go. Officer Chauvin, I did not know that's his name, Derek Chauvin, knelt on George Floyd's neck until his body went limp. The assault was caught on video. Floyd, 46, grasped for the fact that he could not breathe, but Chauvin did not let up. Floyd died from his injuries in police custody. It was the third in a string of similar deaths to make its way into national headlines this month. In March, police in Louisville, Kentucky, bursted into Breonna Taylor's apartment in the middle of the night. They shot the 26-year-old 8 times, killing her in her own home. And in February, 2 white men in a pickup truck gunned down Ahmaud Arbery while he jogged through the Georgia neighborhood. The pair admitted to fatally shooting Arbery, but were only arrested for his murder in May. Another one was New York, which is basically the epitome of I Can't Breathe, which happened in 2014. July 17, 2014 specifically was Eric Gardner, who allegedly was selling cigarettes in front of a convenience store, to which he had 4 or 5 cops grab him, put him on the ground. Then one of them put their knee on his back, and he couldn't breathe. And that became a big, I guess, what would you call that?
I think that's breathe.
I Can't Breathe would be called a
movement.
Yeah, I guess it's a movement then. Yeah, a movement.
It was pretty much the catalyst of where things started to people really started to protesting and in our recent time, where people started protesting against.
I guess it's a
all these injustices.
It's a slogan. It's a not slogan. Motto. It's
become a thing.
It's become a representation of or a part of
all the injustice.
All the Black Lives Matter movement pieces and everything like that. One thing I'll say, in my true opinion, is I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised whatsoever. I'm a person who indulges on the internet very often and has seen many cop videos. Like there's a YouTube channel called Police Activity where they kind of just like they just show you all the like legitimate real situations handled where a lot of people are victims of police brutality. There's some certain situations where they handle the assailant more peacefully. There are situations where they handle it immediately to shoot him down, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the reality of what a cop's life is, but in reality of it as well is that Black people are not taken care of as well as white people when it comes to situations like this. You know, and this is only from examples I've seen, not ever from a personal experience. I, as a Latino male, very light-skinned, have never indulged or have been a part of a situation where I was like directly assaulted or attacked or even put upon like a bad position with the police or anything like that. Yeah, this is a real thing. This is another Black male in America who's been killed by police brutality. It was crazy because I remember where a couple days ago, I'm sure you guys saw it, that they were trying to almost what's the proper term for when they were trying to water down the situation, and they were trying to say that he had like drugs or alcohol in his system. And I
guess this kind of justify why the officer was on his neck for so long. But even then,
yeah,
you shouldn't have been on his neck for so long.
Right.
When he clearly said he couldn't breathe.
Right.
There was no need for her to be on him for 8 straight minutes. You know.
Right. Which, yeah, 8 straight minutes. Thanks for saying that. 8 straight minutes. This dude had a knee on his back or on his neck. And my bad, Eric Gardner was in a chokehold. I was trying to remember that he was in a chokehold. Not near. So my bad for mistaking that. But it was confirmed by the medical department that he died of asphyxiation. I'm trying to say that properly.
Asphyxiation.
Bad English. I don't know.
Asphyxiation.
Yeah.
So that sparked what was one of many protests that started from Minnesota to Atlanta to California. I don't know if there was some in Texas, but now here in New York.
I think all states are protesting.
All 50 states had some kind of protest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's a tough time. It's weird because it's like it's like a quarantine time, and it's not really about like making curfew or keeping people inside, but it's like people could still get sick. But it's I can't help but to also say, like, I more than understand everybody who wants to go out and protest. I get it. I've never protested. Like, I asked both of y'all in text. I was like, oh, when did you guys protest? Because I've never protested before, you know? And it's tough. It's really tough because I get where people can't see the value of a protest, or I see also the dark side of where people will take advantage of the fact that there are protests going on where they want to cause harm. And I don't mean the protesters causing harm. I mean people like the police wanting to cause harm on the protesters. You know, this is just an opportunity open up to see a whole scale of people to, you know, fill maybe what they say they don't have a quota, but it's just another reason to kind of lock us down. But it's scary because I feel like this could lead to a situation where it has gotten out of hand already, in a way. Because inside there are good people and there are bad people, whether you're a protester or a cop or a looter or anything like that. There are good people and bad people.
It's people trying to take advantage of the situation.
Right, exactly.
For their own personal gains.
And any side, all these people could take advantage. I feel like even maybe as a protester, I don't see where you could take advantage of the situation unless you're trying to just cause wreckage. But at that time, I don't think you're a protester.
You stop being a protester and you're being a looter or a rioter. You're causing destruction and chaos.
Right. You're not really hitting the cause.
You're not there for the cause. You're there for your own personal gain.
Right. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, you know, is there a true value in these protests, and does this protest really like elevate the Black Lives Matter movement? And do you think that things have gone maybe a little too far. You guys know that there's a curfew now. You have a curfew now in New York City that's 8 o'clock. It was 11 o'clock on Monday, and now they changed it to 8 o'clock.
Now it's 8 o'clock to Sunday, right?
And I personally think that's a bad idea. Not like I understand the curfew in place for like, let's say people like me who don't really go out and protest like that, or anybody else, or everybody who's working, like, it keeps them in a safer place. But this also is, in my opinion, an opportunity for when there's a curfew ensued. Now that you have protests and you put a curfew, now you have a reason to arrest even more people, and it's almost like it's almost taking your right away of free speech, and like you're trying to limit people for what they want to do and stand up for what they want to do and protect the people who they love. What do you guys think about that?
That was a lot of points you brought up. There's like, without a doubt, the protest has value. Like this whole movement, there is value in it. Like you asked whether there was value in this. Like, of course, without a doubt, there's value. My thoughts were processing as you were asking. So like I've lost.
I know I said a lot.
Yeah, he touched on a lot of points, so and we're just like.
I wanted to
let's go point by point because I know I could ramble. Use it. Well, first of all, what do you think of the situation with George Floyd? One, about the fact of what happened. So, knee to neck. Is there maybe a better way that could have been solved? What about how about also it taking forever for them to officially being charged with murder, and I think it's actually realistically only 2 out of 4 people or something like that. Not that they're all the people who were more so in collusion with it were not really all charged. Only a couple of people.
So when it comes to that technique, like there is no need for any officer to have their knee on a suspect when they're trying to take control of the situation. He could have easily just as easily been on like having his knee somewhere on his shoulder or on his back. It doesn't have to be on his neck. At the same time, he's arrested already. There's 4 of them. They could have easily handled the situation. They don't have to hold him down on the ground. There's no excuse for the way he handled that situation at all. He killed that man in cold blood right then and there. There was no reason at all, and he just did nothing about it. And the people who were there did nothing about it either. I heard that they were all arrested.
They're all charged for something.
Yes. So it's they're not walking, but the fact that their initial response was just to fire them instead of arresting them and like investigating the situation, just fire them and just let them be. Like there's no question about it. You murdered this man. How are you gonna take a whole protest to start and for people to be so upset and for a riot to actually start, for them to actually arrest the man and arrest the people involved? It's bullshit.
Yeah. What about you, Karina?
I mean, yeah, I feel like all of this is very necessary. The officer, there's no excuse for the situation to be handled in that way, especially having his knee to George's neck for 8 straight minutes. Even the guys around, when you actually see the video, you hear people all around the officer saying he can't breathe, get off him because he can't breathe, and yet the other 3 officers were just standing there doing nothing. And just letting this happen. This all could have been prevented, but no, they refuse to do anything.
They're trying to check his pulse.
Held. So they're very much should be held accountable for what happened.
Like, it's interesting because obviously to be a police officer, you have to go through training, right? And I could very partially understand making mistakes like that. Like keeping your knee too long there, even if it's a method he maybe have done. This can't be the first time he's tried that, right? Doesn't make it, but it can't be the first time. But my thing is that with training, you know how to assess the situation perfectly. Not perfectly, but well enough when your adrenaline is running. That's a big thing I'll give sympathy to that, is that I can't expect a person, regardless if he's supposed to be a police officer or she's a police officer, or they're a police officer or they're a regular person, adrenaline runs through and your fight or flight activates, and you have to find out how to properly assess the situation. But it's like y'all said, there were 4 police officers. Not just one, there was 4. There's people letting him know he can't breathe. He was yelling himself out, he can't breathe. There's just a world where we have to keep reminding ourselves through these protests, through these videos, through tweets, that minorities, but particularly in this case, Black people, are not treated the same.
Right.
When people, it's funny.
Like we see.
Sorry.
Like we constantly see in the media that white people constantly shoot up churches, schools, movie theaters, and look how they're handled. You know, they're arrested, they're still alive, and sometimes the officers even put bulletproof vests on the suspect and then carrying them safely to the police car, which I get because you do want him to be charged, but in the end, look at what this person did and look at what George did. It doesn't measure up.
Mass killers who walked away better than this dude. It's not
Black people do. Yeah.
There's special occasions, quote unquote, and I don't mean special occasions. I mean more so like, obviously you have a bad cop who didn't know how to handle the situation. Multiple bad cops who didn't handle the situation properly, because they all witnessed also what went down. It's not
right.
You
and they didn't do anything.
The person who did it, but you knew what happened, and
you didn't say anything.
That's where I kind of wash away the whole adrenaline and understanding part, because you have 4 different minds. There's no one there that was definitely equal, other than the fact they were all police officers who were trying to abide by the law. And I get that part. If he was arrested, fine. Charge him as an innocent man first. You're innocent until proven guilty. You don't kill an innocent man like that. You didn't get to try him. You didn't get to bring him to court. You killed an innocent man. And that's the weird part to me, where people where it's funny where people are, when I see like all lives matter type shit, because it's a thing that, it's not that I never understood, but it makes me laugh that people don't understand why when people say Black Lives Matter, like there was a great, I forget what the analogy was, where it was like there's 100 sheep and 1 sheep left and is in danger. And then the owner went to go take care of the 1 sheep, and then the sheep were like, "Oh, so you're gonna just leave us?" And the owner said, "Nah, I'm just trying to help that one that's in danger right now."
The 1 sheep, yeah.
Right. Not trying to compare people to sheep, but y'all know what I mean. Like it's understanding that at this moment in time, even though all of us are able to be together in a way, Black people are still being mistreated.
After 400 years, you would think this would be all resolved, but it's not. It's still very much alive.
This country.
It's a shame. Yeah, this is how this country was founded on. Slavery, and then it's not right.
I'm not surprised at everyday racism. Even if I don't have it done to me, I'm not surprised by it. I wouldn't be surprised if someone looked at me differently because I'm Latino. I wouldn't be surprised if my last name has maybe cost me some stuff. But it's a thing I've accepted that I'm not, it's a thing. Racism is a thing, and to its more minimal extent, where again, I'm saying my last name maybe has cost me some stuff, and to its most extreme, which is literally causing the death of many innocent people. Again, very innocent people. I don't care if you were selling illegal cigarettes. I don't care if you're drinking in public. There's no way a public offense like that
justifies killing.
It's to death.
Yeah.
How you can't, and it's not like I'm sure maybe the officer wasn't intending to kill him. I'm sure he wasn't, but he did. And as much as someone killed somebody in a job, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't just get fired if I killed someone on the job, especially if you are a police officer.
You're not above these laws that we've created.
Right.
You can't just kill just because you wear a uniform doesn't mean you can just kill someone and not there'd be consequences. And the fact that there's people here, those officers over there, they're just as responsible because they have a duty to hold each other accountable. Because there's no accountability when it comes to them. It's one bad apple does some shit, all they do is just watch them. That's what's constantly going on. All they do is just watch them and they let them do the fuck shit and they just get away with it. That's always what happens. And that's the shit that needs to change.
It's a place where I also feel not every cop is a bad cop. That I agree with. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I don't think every cop is a bad cop.
Obviously, because there's like people, it's a profession. People work for this, and there's many people in our lives. I'm sure, like I know a couple Hazemen or a Hazeman that's a cop. You know, so like there's a family member, not a distant family member, who's a cop as well. And there's people who take this profession as a thing. So it's not like we're all humans. We all make mistakes, but it's like this system is just fucked because it's like you're constantly holding people down, and there's no accountability for them. They it's like there's this sense of like you've become much more powerful than regular people just because you're wearing this uniform, and like there's nothing. Like, it's like they're always right. Like, there's nothing they can do that's wrong. There's always things that keep them protected, and it's not fair, and it needs to change.
Right. It's like the system is...
Yeah, like, sorry.
No, that's cool.
I was going to say, like, yeah, like, realistically looking at it, yeah, all cops are not bad cops, but also, like, these cops, they choose a profession in which they know that there are bad people, and then they know that it is known in their profession to kill innocent people without any regard for their life. So they have to step up and do better.
It's the training. It goes back to the training. It's realistically nothing could prepare you for a real life situation, because it's like, remember in school we had fire drills and fire drills and fire drills, but I'm pretty sure that if that fire really happened, I bet you a lot of us would start freaking out, and we would just bust going through the door. But the drill is supposed to keep us calm and just to get us asserted into safety. And
you're never really ready for an actual...
Yeah, you're never really ready for a situation like that.
For as much as you...
And that's probably the most amount of sympathy I'll give in the perspective of like cops. I can't expect you to know exactly how that's going to be like, but your job is to figure that out in the best way possible. It's like a bouncer at a bar. Most bouncers I've met, and shout out to Fridge again. We'll go back into the other thing. They're not looking for a fight. I've met a couple that would look for a fight. They're not all looking for a fight. They're looking to have their shift done and get out the way, and that's it.
A chill night, nothing going on. Everyone's having a good time, and then you just enjoy the night and you go home.
Just
you do the shit tomorrow.
Peace in the streets, and then of course, there's a lot of people who are trying to do some fuck shit, and then here you go, here comes a cop trying to get shit ready. At the same time, when there's that line where people are just trying to keep the peace, there's also just some people also trying to keep they're trying to get destruction going. I do think that with this police system that we have, it is very anti-black. Like,
yeah, sure.
I'm not gonna say all cops are anti-black. I'm not gonna say, because it could also be your own. It could be your own people who could also do the same thing where they're trying to get you, right? Whether it's trying to please the white man, quote unquote, or just trying to just do your job. The system that's built is very anti-black. And that's where you get like the outrage. That's where you get the protest. People don't protest for no reason. It's not just the one video or the two videos or the three videos we've seen. It's literally things that we've never. This is not new. That's literally how I feel. This is not new. This isn't new. It's just that these made the headlines. Yeah. That's what people don't understand. That's where the whole Black Lives Matter thing comes from.
Like all the people that have died and we don't even know about.
Right. And then the list goes on and on for how many people have passed from stuff like this, from police brutality. So big. And to the officers I might know who might listen to this podcast and like that, again, it ain't about being anti-cop, but if you do have responsibility of being aware. There's some people I saw on Facebook, they were like, if you want me murdered, let me know. I'll unfriend you. I'm like, I can't imagine.
It's not about you.
I can't imagine that it's like that for you. If your friends list, if you have people in your friends list that want you dead because you're a cop, then I don't think it's because you're that person's views is different, you know?
Yeah.
But if you take awareness about what's going on, then that's just an ounce more of respect for you. Like, it's just, like, hey, like, I'm glad you know what's going on. You can't do anything about it, but that's just a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That being said,
they can do things.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's been situations where some cops have, like, you know, quit their job.
They can do plenty.
Life, and I get.
I mean, I don't know about quitting, because like that's like, you cannot, like, just like, if you exhausted all the opportunities all the chances that you can have to, like, fix it or, like, you know, hold people accountable, then okay, quitting could be the only thing you can do. But, like, the power lies within them. They're the ones that can change themselves. You know, they have to change themselves. The system has to change itself. We have to vote. We have to vote.
Mm-hmm.
We have to vote to change these things.
Right.
Because that's the most powerful way, and the most meaningful way that we can actually change things, and we'll actually see these changes, is if we actually vote. And that's, like, the thing that's we've been lacking on for so long.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, again, there's protests going on. The New York protests are still going on. There's, like, mad live videos that are probably going on right now. But with these protests, there's been looting. And if you don't know what looting is, it's when I don't really know if you could say it's part of the protest, but
it's not part of the protest.
People would argue that it is, only because looting, you could hit up these stores, and while this protest is going on, and it's just more to cause outrage and awareness, to you know, it brings more attention. It brings more attention to what's going on. Like, if you hear about a Target store getting mugged up,
it kind of also takes away the attention.
It does. I definitely think it does. But I also understand when people want to hit big businesses. Like, I'll understand that side. You're hitting a big business that is going to have insurance for all these things anyways, and are going to be repaid no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine if it gets destroyed.
Right. Do I agree?
It's a problem.
Do I agree with, like, the theft of it all? I'm like, I would say no, only because it's like you're getting yourself in a position where you're just getting yourself in more trouble. Because, yeah, obviously you can't get caught. You, like, don't get caught. You won't get caught. But will I condone it fully? Not necessarily, because it's you're committing theft. You're like, I don't see the value so much in stealing things to really get the attention going, you know? But I'm not surprised. Again, another situation where I'm just not surprised at this part of it. But then there's the super dark side where you guys have seen already, that in Fordham, like, you know, that more hits me because, like, you know, I've been raised and going to Fordham all my life. But now when you start hitting low economical places like Fordham in the Bronx, that's where
it's mom and pop shops, man.
Yeah, all these mom and pop shops. I'm sure they definitely hit that Planet Fitness and that McDonald's.
I mean, what you want to get for Planet Fitness?
I don't care.
Like, chains are okay, you know, because, like, they have the insurance to, like, cover that. You know, when you're hitting places that people they open up these shops, they put their money into this, they put their whole life savings into this business, and they're running this business. This is their only income, and you're going to destroy their shit and steal everything from there. Like, what do you? You're obviously not about any kind of movement. You're just there for your own personal gain. That's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of the situation for their own personal gain. Like the same day that they stole shit, like that night they were already selling. My sister was, like, seeing shit on Snapchat where people were just selling the same shit that they sold. It's like that they stole. I was like, you can't be that stupid, but they are.
I was seeing stuff on OfferUp.
Yeah. So, like, they hit up the pharmacies in Fordham, and it's sad because I've been seeing on social media that, like, those pharmacies are, like, the only stores where some people would get their medication from, like their cancer medication or, like, their diabetes medication. And now they have to like figure out someplace else that's probably like super far away, super inconvenient for these people to get their medication from.
Right.
And it's just really sad because you're just like fucking up the neighborhood where these like low income people barely have any resources, and now you're limiting their resources even more. So it's
causing them to like even risk themselves to like having to travel somewhere else to we're still in a pandemic. It's like the pandemic has not gone away.
Exactly.
So you're causing
like I don't care if you hit up the Foot Locker, the Platinum Fitness, McDonald's. I don't give a fuck. Do it. I encourage it. Actually, I don't care because they've been doing so much all these years. So
the only way you can make people listen, make the white man listen, is if you get into their pockets.
Like you steal from them.
That's why that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand why you're rioting, why you're looting. I get that when it comes to that. But when you're attacking people that are just like you, your own neighborhood, that makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
People were attacking other people. Well, I heard of that. Like people were just attacking.
They're fighting for the same shit they're stealing. It's like
that's where it makes me sad because it's like
you look dumb.
It brings it back. It brings everything you're trying to do, and it's crazy because movements like these, protests like these, are only small step forwards. Small, like you can't. It's crazy to think how many people go to these protests, how many people go sign petitions, how many people go and donate. Right, things like these though. In the image of everyone, which I guess you shouldn't really care about what people think, but it just brings it back a little bit. It brings it back. Like it hurts because it's like like people's perspectives change easily, and they're like, damn, like, you know, if you're off the fence about processing stuff and you see something, you're like, oh, I don't want to stand for that. But I mean, I guess that gives you a liberty to go and try to find a true core of where these movements are and the people who really do it. So there's the plus side of it. Now with protesting outside, we're in a quarantine time, so there's a lot of people who protest inside. A big thing that happened this week was Blackout Tuesday, right? Which I participated in, and I dropped that black square. And what else did I do? I tagged Black Lives Matter on it on their Instagram. I didn't do the hashtag, but that became a big taboo so fast.
Yeah.
So can you talk about that, Karina? Because I saw you were posting like, delete those black squares and like. Talk about that.
Because I feel like people only do that when they want other people to look at them and see like, oh, I did something. Right. And you didn't do anything. You participated. I ended racism. No, you didn't. All you did was like clog up the. Yeah, you did. You gave me that Pepsi. Great, thanks. But all they really did is just clog up the feed, and then when they did make a post, they would make the hashtag Black Lives Matter, which you shouldn't have done in the first place because, again, it clogged up that hashtag where important vital information and resources are needed for other people to do, more useful things. So, and that's how I feel about that because I think it's just pretty fucking stupid.
I think I don't think it was intentional to have something like that happen because I'm sure in theory it was all dope because I thought when I was like doing it, I was like, and my square is still up because I'm like, you know what, I fucked up. I'm going to let that fuck up be. Like, I know I fucked up, right? Like maybe that wasn't the best idea. And I didn't want to act like, okay, well, I didn't do it, but I understood it well enough that I'm like, you know what, first of all, I knew that will never be enough. You putting it, it's like Karina said, a black square doesn't amount to like justice. Like that doesn't mean, don't be trying to look for me in the next rallies and stuff like that. I don't be even trying to put a front like that. Trust.
Yeah, you did your job. Now.
Yeah, like it ain't like
good look at something
like that. You should. I hope to God, a lot of you don't think it's really like that. But I'm sure a lot of people also did it for the likes. There's a football player, and I know y'all do football, but named Drew Brees, mad popular. He, funny enough, said, if you're kneeling for the flag, like he's totally against people kneeling for the flag. And like he thinks it's like a fucked up thing to do, and like you're hurting America, blah blah. But my man's like on Tuesday definitely put out a Blackout Tuesday square, and it's just like that's where it's even funnier because it's just like yo, like that doesn't make any sense. But like when I put it up, I'm like, okay, cool. I put it up to just let people know, like, yeah, I understand what's going on. Like, I guess that it's the easiest thing. You put a black square up. You get that's just like awareness, I understand as blackout. I understood Blackout Tuesday as awareness. but I never thought of doing hashtag Black Lives Matter, but of course that was leading to people flooding the feed, and then like you're not seeing these resources, which is just more hurting. So in theory it was good, and then now in hindsight definitely didn't help. But with that being said, I was like, all right, then let me make sure I flood my story with mad resources that goes to black owned businesses.
Yeah, but that should be done.
Yeah,
a lot of people like mistook that for like, all right, it's Black Out Tuesday, I'm not going to post anything. No, that wasn't the time not to post anything. That was actually a time to post stuff that is useful for the movement and post out resources and like what's actually happening out there, and not just not say anything and just post a fucking black square. Don't do that.
And that
that's what I saw on Chicle on IG. Like someone corrected him, and it was saying that it wasn't the whole point of the Black Out Tuesday wasn't to just post a black square. It was to flood the feeds with nothing but Black Lives Matters thing, like information and things that would help the movement and help people protesting, help with petitions and helping with donations. That's what the movement, that's what that event was for. What it was meant to be. It wasn't just to post a black square. Like
get your likes. That's it. No,
Like is IG losing money from you posting a black square? Like where's the benefit in that? There was no benefit.
You said that though, I did see less sponsors on my thing though, because IG needs the algorithm to also like see that people are active and then see that there's likes. But then when you're just posting black squares, people are not going to like it as much because they don't care. It's like, oh, it's just a black square. It's another black square. Blah, blah, blah. So I could see that they maybe lose something, but again, it's not helping the bigger picture, which is to bring awareness to what's actually going on and helping out. I think there's also a responsibility with knowing that there are bad seeds and there are people who like me who like I just put up a black square like that, where I didn't think of much more so where you should like teach these people, hey, like that wasn't right. Karina put like a post on, I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, I get that. And then letting them know, hey, but this is how you help out. Which again, the stuff that Karina shared, that's exactly what it was. This is how you help out. These are the resources. This is how you should protect yourself during these protests. These are the places you can donate. These are the places you can sign a petition. These are the places where you can watch a YouTube video, which we have some stuff that we'll share right now that it relates to that, and we're going to share it in the description as well. It's being aware and knowing how you can help out without being outside, without staying inside. There's just multiple ways of doing it, and that starts with awareness and communication. Because I think that's where communication failed. Because, again, I saw someone else and I was like, oh, okay, cool, Black Out Tuesday, threw up a black square. But it makes 1,000 more times sense when you're like Black Tuesday is like Black Out Tuesday is like black it out, like black out everything. First of all, it's supposed to be do not put up your average daily content.
Don't put us up like your frappuccino, your dog, your fucking gym routine. Don't do that. Just post something that's actually useful.
That's where I'm like, okay, I get that part. That's the part I indulge in the most. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is because it's not supposed to be an average day. It's supposed to be like it's supposed. Everyone should be like aware about it. If someone didn't post a black square or whatever, does that mean you should think any different of them? No.
No.
That's a dumb side of it more. It's like that's not how that works either. A lot of people are loud protesters. A lot of people are quiet protesters. Like there's no perfect way to protest, right? But if you're aware, then the dark side and where the bad side of protesting is where people just start doing to wreak havoc, and that's my opinion, anyways. So that being said, like it's funny to see a lot of people like doing fake protesting or like fake activism on Instagram and stuff. Because I don't know if y'all saw, but there was this chick who was like an influencer, and she went. There was a video that went viral that she went up to this kind of boarded up place, just started revving up a screwdriver. I'm stupid.
All right, yeah.
I've seen plenty of those.
She's taking a selfie.
Well, like a guy was taking a picture of her doing it.
Yeah.
Seeming like she was helping when she wasn't.
She goes right back into her car. I don't know if that's real. I feel like that's some kind of.
Is that real?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it's real.
It probably is. I'm sure
people be doing it just for the likes, and not actually for the cause.
The audacity to do some shit like that. I don't.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man. Like if that's real, like wow.
That's its biggest scale, but there's also other people in the smaller scale where they'll fake. I don't know. I feel like they'll fake saying that they're gonna go to a protest, or they'll fake say that like that they donated. That was a big thing. So Virgil Abloh, I don't know if you know who that is, but that's the gentleman who created Off-White, right? But now he works, now he works for Louis Vuitton, and I think he's a head person for Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
People are coming at him because he only donated $50.
My God, you how much you make and you only donate $50?
I'm in a position where I'm not surprised that he might have donated only $50, allegedly, because he might have also donated mad money in the background. I think that's a possible thing. This is me being a hopeful person that he might have done something like that, where he donated in the background. But the thing, it's also, I guess, the message that when you're a person of such fame and that's what you're displaying, that's what people are going to see. Like the simplest mind is going to see that and be like, wow, you only donated $50? You suck. And I get that. That's the law of the land almost. Like you're dealing with people in social media. You're not dealing with average people. They're going to see that and they're going to judge you and they're like, what the fuck?
Like in what world did he think it was okay for like a person of his caliber to donate only $50 and then show it off and think it would be okay?
Like what it was that there was a chain of people donating $50 and he added $50, which is where I feel like it's almost stretching it to try to like make him look really bad. But it's also kind of funny because now they're calling $50 on Twitter Virgil. So if I give you a Virgil, $2. His name is Virgil Abloh. Celebrities.
So you gave that scammer a Virgil?
Yeah, wow.
You gave that scammer. You gave a Virgil, bro.
Full circle. I appreciate it. I gave him a Virgil. He's getting me out of a Virgil. Hector, I'm texting you again. Anyways. Yeah, he got me out of Virgil.
You know Virgil.
But I don't know what celebrities should do at this time, because I think celebrities do have a responsibility for the awareness, but they should pull out some awareness in the least words possible, because there's like situations where people are like saying too much and it comes out really bad. I know B. Simone is a woman who like she's like an internet personality, but she also does Wildin' Out. But she said some stuff, I don't remember what it was exactly, in correlation to George Floyd, and she was like, oh, I'm a woman of God, all this stuff. But then she said too much, and people killed her for it, like demolished her on it. Like she was trending on Twitter, like B. Simone's canceled. I don't know if y'all know who Karol G is. Karol G is like a Latin singer, right? Songwriter.
Yeah.
And Karol G said like her dog is white and black, and this is how the world should be, like, together, not separate. Again, I get what you're trying to say, but this is the wrong time, and you're saying the weirdest thing. Like, it just makes people want to say, yo, it's like if I'm over here like, yo, I don't know, some stupid shit. It's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're not really helping yourself. Like, just go like, what's his name? Is his name John or Joe Bodega? The dude who does Starbucks.
John Boyega.
Bodega. Sorry, it's just embedded in me. Like he's like out there just, he's just. I think he's like, I don't.
He's putting his career on the line.
He is very
for an actual cause that he
just went out there. Go out there. Just go out there. Fine. Just show.
Yeah.
You saw Keke Palmer. She was out there protesting.
Yeah,
that's why I want you to just be out there protesting.
Easier said than done.
Be out there with the people.
Because I'm not going out there. But
it's.
But like, I feel like if that's
for those who can.
If you want to do it, if you want to really be full fledged, like say the least amount of words, donate the most, right? Because
I feel like these people that are benefiting from Black culture should put their money where their mouth is and actually donate and actually do something.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, you're still getting money from appropriating a culture that's not yours. Right. So might as well give back to it as much as you can.
Yes.
The Weeknd donated $500,000. I'm streaming all his music. But like, yeah, it's like that's part of it. Donating is a huge part of it. There's people that need a post bail. There's people who need lawyers. There's people who need medicine. There's people who need a lot of things. I feel like that is one way. That's like probably one of the best ways as a celebrity who who has a lot of money that you could do something, just donate. Your words are valuable, undoubtedly. I've just seen a lot of celebrities say like dumb stuff, and it's just like, fuck. Like, I get you might have not come with the worst intentions, but again, in theory, it was great. In hindsight, it just did not work out. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's really most of what I had to say about this whole situation. It's tough, you know. There are there's links that to end all of this. There's links. I'm gonna put in the description. There's one that's how to support the struggle against police brutality from thecut.com. So it just, it tells demand police accountability for legislators. There's been a couple of good friends of mine. One called Chelsea. Shout out to Chelsea. She does like Chelsea Bakes. She does like baking and stuff. She sent me a direct link that I literally just had to click, and then it just made me send it. It had an email prepared for me to contact like the was it Minneapolis?
The comptroller? Or the Minneapolis, the police department, and also...
And then another one.
There's like a couple...
And then there's a couple... Yeah, there's a different ones. But they automatically give you one. It's the automatic link, and just fills in your name, right? Say what state you're from, put your name again. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do to write into your legislators. That's it. You can make a donation. Wheezy from the Horrible Decisions podcast did a thing where she was like, look, I have thousands of followers. If y'all could just give me $1. I get it. It's tough times. People are not working. Maybe some people are doing unemployment. Some people got the stimulus check. $1, right? A fucking helado, right? $1. Imagine the number you get from $1 from tens of thousands of followers. She raised a little over $10,000 in 24 hours.
That's what celebrities can do. Shit like that.
Yeah.
They have a big platform. $1 from their supporters. That can go a long way.
Exactly. And it's like what Karina said. If you profited from Black culture, especially, this is like a big time for you. And to be realistic, like most of music, most of film, most of everything right now is Black culture.
We all benefit from Black culture in one way or another. So I think
completely.
Every artist available, every director available, everybody should donate.
Everything.
There's so donations include like the blood. So that's another thing. So we're just gonna figure out different places to donate to. So 2,500 to other places, etc. But places that you could donate to, it's the Bail Project. There's the National Bail Fund Network, Black Visions Collective, Gas Mask Fund, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, Communities Against People Brutality. I cracked my voice. There's Moody, which is Mobile Outreach and Outdoor Drop-In. We Love Lake Street, Communities United for Police Reform. The Legal Rights Center, Showing Up for Racial Justice, No New Jails NYC. My voice is cracking. And Fair Fight. Those are just some of many. You could join a protest if you feel like you could safely do it. Offer resources to protesters. So, giving water, helping people with like first aid kits, because a lot of people do get injured during these times. Help with cleanup, which was what Hector did. You can educate yourself, educate others, which is I think that's one of the biggest things, in my opinion. And this also ties into the last thing, which is if you have kids, talk to them. Educating yourself and others. Does that mean you should start a fight in the chat? No. Does that mean you should demean and criticize for someone who doesn't know what's going on and doesn't know how to No. Let them know.
No.
The best thing to do is inform them in the most positive attitude. Let them know, like, hey, like this is what's going on, and they don't understand, fine. But there's choices to be made, and that's a big one you could do.
Wait, let me add something.
Yeah, please.
And also, don't trust the media, because they're like trying to make these protests seem like it's all violence and all chaos when it's really not. Most of these instigators are white people from other places or the police. So don't trust the media. If your parents watch Univision or Telemundo, tell them not to watch that trash, because at the end of the day, those are channels that like often are very anti-Black and make it seem like it's all Black people just causing chaos when it's not.
there's never just one side is a big thing. There's never just one side. So don't just assume that
to educate your parents on what's going
on, but they're not letting you know what's going on. You know?
Yeah.
Twitter has been a big one for me to know what's going on, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But Black Lives Matter.
There is a site.
Oh yeah? What's the site?
Yeah, the site that pretty much kind of like culminates all those donation places and like sites to sign and like places to call and text.
Right.
Black Lives Matter card CARRD.co. We're gonna link that, but that's a good site to like. It's like pretty much like all streamlined, and you know the places where you can sign petitions, where you can donate, call, more resources for protesters, stuff like that. You can educate yourself. There's some facts. You know, it's a good site.
Yes, you can.
I've been on it since we've been talking.
Oh, that's perfect. There's blacklivesmatter.com /petitions. Oh, my camera's like going all weird. I'm like stuck face. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah. You started to like.
Get up. It's gonna.
There you go.
I'm like, sorry. If you're on the YouTube, you know what we're talking about. I'm trying to let it like catch up.
If you're on the YouTube.
Hold on, let's see.
It might not.
I hope it does. It should. Okay, it's stopped now.
Ooh.
This might be a good spot to end the bug.
Yeah, right.
Are you good there?
There you go. It's going slow. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's blacklivesmatters.com /petitions. There's timeout.com. They have a lot. Oh, my internet's fucking up. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you, but you're like.
You're kind of slowing up, so we should wrap it up.
Yeah, dead ass. Okay, so
you might.
Well, I'll here just for the sake of it, just in case, if you can still hear me, hopefully. But guys, make sure you visit all those websites. Hit us up.
Oh man, wait. Let. You're all choppy, so I'm gonna end it.
Yeah.
So
how can you gonna end it?
Thank you guys for joining us. Episode of the TMI podcast. We appreciate and love you, and keep supporting out there. Bye.